Today, I'd like to further state um, about my last two posts, which were basically I named religious racism. Um, the correct term on this is religious discrimination. Um, and I described a little bit about what that is, and I described a little bit about what you can do legally, from a legal point of view. I told you about the Second Commandment, within the U.S. Constitution, which is basically religious freedom. There's also a small section within the First Amendment, which also um, protects you as well. I didn't know that, by the way. I did know about the Second Amendment. Now, I asked around a little bit, and I posted on Facebook um, about what I'm going through here in Clarksville, Texas. And, a lot of people have basically accepted me as a Satanist. They've asked for business cards, which I'm in the middle of having made. The printer's basically just had some surgery done, so he's basically out for a little bit. So I gotta wait for him to come back to get my cards made. One place basically flat out denied me because I'm a Satanist. But I was referred to this other place and they made them for half the price. Now, a lot of people are tolerant. They want to know, they want to understand. A few people actually want to join. They're curious about it and they really wish to understand it. So, but like I said, there's a few people. So far, I've met two of them. Three actually. That is flat out discriminatory, I believe is the term, against my religion. One works at the local town office, and a fellow Satanist. This person knows who he is, so I'm not going to say his name on here, because I don't know if he wants me to give his name or not. And out of respect for him, I'm not going to say his name. But he led me to a site on Google that deals with, basically tells you what your rights are and what is there to protect you as a religious man or woman or child. The site that he sent me is called Religious Land Use and Institutionalized Personal Acts. And I'd like to say at this time that while I was reading down through this, there's a lot of it I already knew, but there was still so much I didn't know. And this is why it's important to socialize with other Satanists or pagans or Wiccans or whatever. Because it's all about learning and growing. Now, he specifically told me that what he believes I'm going through right now falls under what is called equal terms. And he's right. I read down through this, and it definitely fits. And so I thought I'd do a third video on this topic and set things straight. It's called religious discrimination. And under equal terms, it states, number 1, no government shall impose or implement a land use regulation in a manner that treats a religious assembly or institution on less than equal terms, with a non-religious assembly or institution. It goes on further to describe non-discrimination, which number 2 falls underneath this. No government shall impose or implement a land use regulation that discriminates against any assembly or institution on the basis of religion or religious denomination. And this is the section that I did not know about, which is number 3, which is exclusions and limits. And it's number 3, which states, no government shall impose or implement a land use regulation that A, totally excludes religions or religious assemblies from jurisdictions, or B, unreasonably limits religious assemblies, institutions, or structures with a jurisdiction, or within a jurisdiction. Now, there's a lot to this, and I read down even further past this section, and it talks a lot about the protection of religious sects, I guess you can call it, which basically states that no one, not a Christian group, not a pagan group, not a satanic group, can basically treat you like shit. And the reason I state this is because of the fact that if they treat you as though you're not up to their level, this falls underneath this equal terms rights section of your religious rights. And therefore, you can literally fry their asses to the wall. And basically, they have to deal with the U.S. government at this point. Now, personally, I like the sound of that because of the fact that I have been literally discriminated against because I am a Satanist. Because of my beliefs and my point of view on things. Now, personally, I believe that all faiths are connected. They all date back to the divine creator, whoever he or she is. Now, because of the war that Christians have put on for thousands of years, a lot of these teachings and writings have been lost. And I know some people like Christopher Penziak has actually written about this stuff in his Temple series. But also the history of witchcraft, or the Witchcraft from the Inside Out by Raymond Buckland. And quite a few other people, writers and authors, have actually ministered on this in their books. A lot of things we will never truly know because it's been lost over the centuries. However, the freedom that we have today in America is based on tolerance, being equal to one another. And it is a shame that some people basically are set in the old ways. They've set their feet. They want nothing to do with it, or basically treat you like shit because you are not like them. This is basically what I just read to you, which is your equal terms within this land deals and or religious point of view of rights. Now, I'd recommend that anybody who is coming into the crafts or anything on the left-hand path, or even the right-hand path, to read down through these pages, this page, and to look up the U.S. Constitution online and learn for yourself. Everybody has a right to think and feel the way they do. I don't deny that. But because of what I'm going through here, because I'm trying to open a church of Satan down here. I'm trying to open up a satanic church. I'm thinking about calling it the Church of Belial. The one without a master. Now, I may associate with other satanic churches like the the Satanic Brotherhood, the Church of Satan. I may even refer to them on occasion, but I would like to note that I am not affiliated with them. I am not a member of their churches. I do agree with a lot of things they state and minister in their beliefs, but I am not affiliated with them. I wouldn't mind being a member of their churches. I've actually been approached once, which is cool because I am willing to play a more active role. I'm looking forward to actually doing that. With this said, I will make myself available to anyone who has questions, anyone who has would like to learn, or just basically wants to discuss certain things with me. But I will note to you right now that if you are rude, mean, or otherwise, I will block your ass and I will not even respond to you. I tried to have a conversation yesterday with somebody, and he just wanted to try to tear me down and make trouble. I basically started ignoring him. But with that said, I'll make myself available to you. Until next time, keep those phones up. Hail Satan. Have a good day, or night, depending on wherever you are in the world.